Today we are blessed to have another great workshop organized by RMC IIUM on pattern search using lens.org. So for your information, pattern search is related to commercialization aspect, and with pattern search, it helps in innovative research by providing important research information. So before we go further on the discussion, without further delay, I would like to invite Deputy Rector of Responsibility Research and Innovation, IIUM Kuantan Campus, Professor AHMAD HAFIZ ZULKIFLY, to deliver his welcoming speech. Please welcome, Prof.
Thank you, Dr. Sazwani. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First and foremost, I would like to welcome Prof. Dr. SHAHIR SHAMSIR bin Umar, Deputy Vice Chancellor of University Tun HUSSEIN on Malaysia. Although he's actually on leave, not on leave, it's holiday in Johor today to IIUM. And on behalf of IIUM, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for his willingness to spare time out of his busy schedule and his off day today to be with us here today for the workshop on pattern search using lens.org. In today's workshop, Prof. Shamsir will focus on pattern search for the MOHD grant application 2021, which is very important aspect in the applications of the grant. Prof. Shahir is an expert in the subject matter and will offer beneficial information and useful guidelines on a successful pattern search using the lens. He's also the expert on MIRA points. The workshop we had earlier this year by Prof. Shahir for our researchers applying for MOHD grants 2021 benefited them all and resulted in many projects being successfully granted. Therefore, we would like to thank you for that, Prof. Shahir. Thank you also to each and every one of you being here with us today, and thanks to RMC for organizing this important workshop. I will now give the floor to Dr. Sazwani, the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Hafiz, on the welcoming remarks. I also would like to welcome our Director Research Management Center, Professor Amir Akramin bin Shafi'i. So before, allow me to introduce about myself. I am Dr. Shazwani Muhammad Zaki from Department of Manufacturing and Materials Engineering, Kuliah of Engineering IIUM Gombak. Inshallah, I will be your moderator for today's session. So we have about 2 hours for the workshop, and also for your information, we are available on RMC YouTube link. So if you might not be able to join us via Zoom, you can join us on YouTube link. All right. So without further delay, we are honored today to have with us our expert speaker for the workshop on pattern search using lens.org. Professor Dr. Shahir Shamsir bin Omar is currently the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation from the University Tun HUSSEIN on Malaysia. Previously, he was the Director of Innovation and Commercialization Center ICC and the Deputy Director at the Research Management Center of University Technology Malaysia, University Skudai, from 2012 to 2017. So at UTM, his responsibility included overseeing the policy, management and coordination in UTM with regards to innovation and commercialization of intellectual properties, consultancies and contract research. He was also previously the Information Technology Manager for the Faculty of Bioscience and Bioengineering from 2008 to 2012 and managed the Bioinformatics Research Group, BIRG, that specializes on biodiversity informatics, databases and application, as well as molecular dynamic simulation of proteins such as prions. I hope I I pronounce
No,
the
it's okay. It's okay.
okay.
No
Okay.
worries.
Professor Dr. Shahir holds many important portfolio at the Ministry of Higher Education MOHD, such as a panel of the Malaysian Research Assessment MYRA Task Force and Higher Institution Center of Excellence HICO Task Force. Professor Dr. Shahir is a highly cited academician and also a recipient of several distinguished awards and honors. Okay, so I hereby invited Professor Shahir to deliver his presentation. Please welcome, Prof.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you, my colleague, Prof. Hafiz. Lama tak jumpa since COVID. So thank you for IUM for inviting me. I think this is the second time this year. I think. I remember. Or is it last? There's another one last year prior. But thank you very much for the invitation. And I'm happy to be part of research ecosystem to help us move forward. So thank you for the introduction, and I think what we'll do is I will use the slide. I'll use the slide that has been prepared by the Ministry, KPT, and the BBK. I'll just use that one and on a slide different context. But I wouldn't. I would say go any different from from what we have. Okay, I'll share my screen. Yeah. Okay, I'll do a quick presentation, and then we'll do a, I would say, demo lah. Live demo. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, Prof. You can see your
Okay,
screen.
all right. So we'll do a quick demo about 15-20 minutes. Then we'll do Q&A lah. We'll do a live trial. So I prefer to use a live example, so anybody from the audience can just throw in some key-ins from their words and whatnot, and then we'll do it. We'll go from there. Okay, so this is the slide that we used to present. I think in January this is one of the session. So what we have here when we started to use lens, for example, here, it is actually to create awareness, in terms of how important it is. It is never meant to replace a professional patent agent. Okay, it's never meant to replace a professional patent agent. It is meant to introduce awareness and then at least dip your toes into what does it take to I would say to search for novel out there. So that's the purpose of the introduction GPT. So the patent search itself is also is only meant to be a bonus mark, I think 3 marks, but it is compulsory for PRGS 1 and PRGS 2. So we introduced this in 2020, and then we again improved the form after receiving feedback from all the applicants, and then for the 2021 there is a slew of improvement lah. So for FRGS is digalakkan, and PRGS diwajibkan lah. So you can see here it is the information that's already on the system, the migrant. Okay, so you can see here in the migrant form there is the 500 word so-called short write-up. Okay, you can see from the screen. So this write-up will help applicant to explain how is their application has the merit, has the necessary merit. If you look at the gray so-called description in the middle there, to identify if the researcher is able to coherently present a compelling argument in light of the IP landscape and the factors identified in the yes/no section. The answer would reflect an understanding of the applicant research advantage and limitation and the prospect of moving the completed research beyond the stage of funding. So it is more about the awareness and how do you put your words together to say that, okay, I've understood my research has the possibility of moving forward, okay, in light of the information that I found on lens.org, and then it is supported by the simplified pattern search report. So if you look at the form here, this is the new form, which is has been greatly simplified, where now you have a social sciences section and also a STEM section. So for the compulsory section, it used to be a single page. Now it's only 2 questions. And then depending on your area, you either fill in the pink section or the blue section. Okay, so here you can see that applicant, at the end of using the process, you can see on the right side, applicant would be able to, 1, familiarize the basic pattern search process. So familiarize. Okay, and then number 2, view basic information associated with their research. Again, like I said before, it's not meant to replace a professional patent agent. Okay, if you have any IP that you want to patent, you want to protect, and you want to declare, you want to submit, please do so under your technology transfer office or your ICC with professional services lah. Okay, you can only use this as an introductory level. And then number 3, identify the novelty position of their research application with regard. So the novelty position, okay, we'll use the demo and you can see how to identify that it is novel or not. Okay, so you need to also identify other actors, people who has already filed or submitted their patent. So you know which industries will be involved, what kind of industries are looking at, because remember, when you have a patent application, it is with the intent to protect the IP and commercialization. So it's about moving forward. It's different from literature review. Literature review, you look backwards of what have been done. When you look at patent is about looking forward. What can we do? Because before you commercialize, you want to protect it. So you know who is protecting what in anticipation of review. And then you have to have potential trend as well. You have to identify potential trend. You can see historical patent trends. You can identify if neighboring countries are involved, okay, because the patent is a global patent. And then you avoid research proposal that lacks a novelty, and potential economic and society impact. Because, for example, if you're pursuing a certain technology, you know that people have already filed a patent, so therefore they have done the research. Because remember, every patent has a write-up. The write-up actually describe their journey towards filing the patent. So you actually know how did they arrive to that novelty or invention through reading their patent. So all this information are not available in literature review. The literature review is meant to review academic work prior to doing research. But for patent search, it allows you to look at what people have done in arriving to that IP. And then once you arrive, you have to file, and then you know their sanad lah, I would say, in getting the patent. All right. So next slide. This is the website we use. Everybody can open www.lens.org. So lens.org is actually a free tool for academics to use. It's developed in Australia with the help of Queensland University. So there are many tools. There are Microsoft tools. There are Clarivate analysis tool. There are lens.org tool. They have MyPo tools. You have the US Patent Office tool. You have Google Patent Search. So of all the databases available and also not available, especially commercial database, KPT has decided that this offers the most balanced usability. It's free. It may not do very detailed analysis like a commercial software, patent search software, but it is just enough and it is suitable in the context of trying to create awareness lah. Alright, that is why we use lens.org. We'll open it later. Okay, and then you can see here in the form you still have to use the old form in 2020. Keywords used, number of patent used, and link. Link is for you to paste, and then the reviewer of your grant will then click the blue. It should be an active link and open to the same page lah of your patent search. Okay, all right. Before that, any question? I mean, I don't want to be so dry, you know, to move forward without, you know, giving opportunity siapa-siapa nak tanya ke.
Prof, I have question.
Yeah, sure, boleh.
Why neighboring countries? Why not? Can we choose like maybe around the world? So why just neighboring countries?
Okay, for example, if in the form, you can see later. Okay, hang on. Okay, number 8. Does the patent search use similar patent already filed in Thailand, Indonesia, and Singapore? Okay, because we can do a global search, right? We can do to search in Australia, we can do it to search in Northern America, but within the context of majority of our research is localized, and if there's any immediate impact, will be among the region. So we took in Thailand, Indonesia, and Singapore because they have the, I would say, comparative. I don't know, not to say economy. You know, Singapore is not comparative economy, but it is. For example, let's say in theory you want to have a product, you want to push it out, and the most logical step for an internalization is pushing it to the regional market lah. We have similar demography. For example, Indonesia, Thailand, and also if you want to push to a first world country and try to market it as a stepping stone, for example, like Grab, when Grab wanted to go to IPO in New York City, they moved their operation to Singapore. So Singapore serves as a gauge, as a benchmark lah. So it's basically a regional benchmark where you kick off your search. That's it. There's no other reason. All right. Okay. Thank you. Question. Okay. We'll go to the form. Okay. All right. So here you can see that the first compulsory section has the number of patents published shown an upward trend. Okay. We'll go back and forth with the question and also the search result later. Okay. So has the number of patents search published shown an upward trend? So it means that if you do key in something, for example, let's say battery or solar or PV or anything regarding to the currently, you know, the sustainable energy, and for example, in transportation. So you can see anything that is really picking up, it will increase. So it's a sunrise sector lah. So let's say you key in something that is actually on the downward trend or sunset sector, you can actually see the downward trend, the diminishing interest, because remember, people are interested in commercialization. So if there's nothing of interest, or if there's nothing that has potential, people wouldn't file. So because lens allows you to search over a long period of time, you can actually see the trend either going up and down, stabilizing, going up or going down. We'll see later when we do the demo.
Prof.
Yeah, Pak.
Okay, just asking. So that you can give advice.
Yeah.
If we see, let's say, downward trend, what will be the advice to the researcher?
The researcher. Okay, let's say we'll go to a sunset industry lah. For example, let's say oil and gas, petroleum, or anything yang going downward trend. So then we have to ask ourselves, why is it going down? Kan, kenapa dia turun? I mean, why are there are less and less people interested in filing patent to protect ideas related to this key concept yang saya nak mohon grant ni. So it's a serious reflection lah. So if it's downward trend, we need to think about why. Because If the researcher tak tahu why, means that they are not doing enough background study lah on the potential of moving forward. Macam tu lah, I would say. So it is an indicator saja. I suggest that you tengoklah kenapa, and then reassess lah, reassess.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Okay, so the number 2 question, has the number of patents published shown a downward trend? So actually, it's both of these questions dia quite straightforward. Kalau you kata dia upward trend, yes, bawah mesti no. Kalau you kata kalau it doesn't change, downward trend, the only answer acceptable is yes, no. Okay, you faham yes, no. Kalau you jawab no, number 1 tu, the reviewer will tolak your proposal in a way lah. They have a merit to tolak lah. And also if you say downward trend, yes, means it's crashing down kan. So the reviewer boleh tolak lah your proposal. So kalau you ada any remarks, you can write there lah, remarks. Kalau you ada, for example, there are certain cases there is no change, dia macam fluctuate kan, dia quite stable. So you boleh jawab no lah, no. So the best answer is yes, no and no. Kalau you jawab no, yes, biasanya it shows that the novelty is not there. Okay, alright. Then kita go to the next question. Okay. So here you can see that for the social science, sama juga ada 2 soalan. Okay, number 3, does the proposed research output, remember this is social sciences, so if you answer this, you should be under SS, SSI or WAB lah for my grant. So if you're doing social sciences, you're doing, let's say, psychology, okay? Psychology, Tesla, you are doing a research on morality, moral of EV. Okay, for example, let's say one scenario, you are driving an EV2 on autonomous driving, kereta yang drive sendiri. Okay, the EV is driving, you are in the car. Then suddenly the EV swerve and they kill someone, a pedestrian. Okay, you want to know legally or maybe morally who's wrong? Okay, the driver or the car manufacturer? Kan? Okay, so when the electric car swerve and kill a pedestrian, who's in the wrong? Legally siapa yang bertanggungjawab? Kan? Because the autonomous driving is actually controlled by the software that is manufactured by the car maker. So that hasil tu, you're going to do an interview, you're going to interview for example, lawmakers, you're going to interview general public, you're going to do questionnaire survey, you're going to ask software makers, you want to look at if you're going to go to a legal court, you know, what is the precedent, what do you need to prove. So all this research output is actually social sciences. Sama ada moral, the question of moral or the question of legal. So the data set, the knowledge of the research have the potential to be used by any of the past patent applicants as a result. So when you do this patent search, you talk about legality of autonomous driving, the issue of legality in autonomous driving, who's responsible when the car kills. So you know that when you talk about software, you talk about decision making in autonomous driving. Tesla, for example, Tesla, we use an example Tesla will be a patent applicant lah, betul tak, on a software or software for autonomous driving, etc. So question number 3, adakah does your result of your study useful to Tesla or useful to anybody else who's doing autonomous driving? Tu maksud dia. So the answer for number 3 ideally should be yes lah, and then you can explain kat situ, oh yes, because our data will then provide a precedent for ataupun provide input for the software or the programmer that holds the patent for autonomous driving, macam tu. Okay, so then katalah you jawab no, it's okay. You jawab no because maybe sometimes in the software you tak ada Tesla, for example, or no other patent yang pakai. Then number 4, does the proposed research output, okay, yang tadi tu, the question of legal and the moral of autonomous driving to have the potential to be used by any Malaysian government agency. Okay, so kalau kita dah buat study ni, we found out that we supply this to the AG chambers. Highlight this to our MIROS. Adakah MIROS perlu? Adakah kita punya badan kehakiman perlu? Do we need to design new laws, new akta? So then there is, you answer yes. Yes, you kata yes, it will be used by contohnya our Jabatan Peguam Negara lah, or our kehakiman, or used by our parliamentarian untuk devise new laws to ensure that kalau kita ada autonomous car in Malaysia, the necessary framework, legal framework is there. So you answer yes kat bawah. So for this section, ideal answer should be yes, yes lah. But if there's not yes, yes, then it's no, yes. But if you jawab no, no, then your result tu tak boleh pakai lah. I mean, tak ada siapa boleh pakai. Dia swasta tak pakai, nombor 3, swasta tak pakai. Nombor 4, kerajaan tak pakai. So they will reject your application lah.
Prof,
Yeah.
okay, because this is a social science centric kan. So,
Yeah.
tapi dia kena relatekan ke product which is mostly engineering or science based, technology based. Kalau katakan let's say dia work on macam towards NGO ke, macam mana?
Yeah. Yes, macam tadilah. For example, then NGO boleh. Ada NGO kat atas tu, because obviously we know that NGO will not file for patent lah. Kan? It will not be in the database. But then related to the NGO, for example, you talk about yang tadi itulah, autonomous driving tu, the NGO or related, the government agency related to the NGO siapa? MIROS, apa tu, JPJ, Parliament for New Laws, MOT. So dia mesti ada I would say usability lah, the use of the knowledge being generated tu. Kalau tak ada file patent pun tak apa, kalau tak ada ni pun tak apa, kurang-kurangnya digunakan by our ni lah senang cerita. Okay tak? I mean, menjawab tak soalan?
Yes, I think I got your point. Basically, the researcher has to make sure, okay, that apa yang dia buat ni berguna. Tu sama.
Ya. Berguna. So kalau atas tu swasta tak pakai, kerajaan pun tak pakai, kan? Reviewer penilai grant pun akan dia kenapa buat? Tak ada siapa akan pakai. Okay, I hope itu menjawab. Tak apa, we'll go to the demo nanti we can nampak like dia in action. So we go to the step 4. The step 4 ni is apa dia panggil? For social science, engineering. Okay. Question 5, 6, 7, 8, and then is for the bidang ni, TK, STG, ICT. So okay, number 5, does the list of previous patent applicant include potential collaborator that are interested in research output? Okay, contoh katalah you buat software is autonomous driving. Dalam patent research autonomous driving software tu ada tak potential collaborator? Swasta, for example, it could be a university, it could be an agent, company, it could be Microsoft, it could be Tesla, it could be Geely, Volvo. Okay, so you jawab yes. Kalau ada, yes. And then number 6, does the list of previous patent applicant included potential competitors? So dalam tu mungkin ada yang compete, mungkin universiti lain yang akan compete. So you can answer yes. Nombor 7, if the patent search use similar patent search would prevent the commercialization of the research. So adakah when you search the pattern tu, you nampak and then dah ada orang buat produk yang sama lah. So benda ni akan menghalang kita commercialize. So you answer yes or no. How you answer yes no tu, maybe you tengok contoh ada produk itu UTHM dia nak buat food tak salah saya additive for shrimp. Tapi the additive for shrimp tu dia ada dalam pattern, dia dah search dalam pattern saya, tapi additive yang dekat dia punya kompetitor tu untuk North Sea shrimp in cold water, yang dia buat ni untuk tropical water. So bila dia jawab nombor 5, ada tak potential collaborator? Yes, ada. That patent holder for the shrimp additive yang dekat Norway or Sweden whatever. And then ada tak dalam tu kompetitor? Dia kata no. No, dia tulis itulah sebelah no because the patent yang ada dekat atas tu, collaborator tu, dia patent is for shrimp for cold water. So dia jawab no. So does the patent say similar patent that will prevent commercialization? No. Betul belah kolom kanan tu patent search tu yielded result that is does not compete with us because they serve a different market macam tu, different sector which is the North Sea and the Atlantic punya shrimp industry lah. The additive tak pakai untuk tropical shrimp. Okay, and does the patent search yield similar patent already filed in Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia? No, because nobody has filed for that shrimp punya additive lah. So dia jawab no. So the answer is yes, no, no. Macam tu. Alright. Ya, ada soalan Dr. Amir, Prof Amir?
Teknologi no problem.
Saya dah bertemu ngantuk juga ni.
Teknologi no problem.
Okay, alright. Okay, so then you have to write the essay kat sini. And also you attach a file lah. You attach a file and you write the essay kat sini. And then this is slide yang lama tu, just from the KPT. Dia tak tunjuk lah. Dia just tunjuk supaya ni. Okay, alright. So with that, saya stop dulu yang slide ni. Alright, saya stop share dulu. Okay. Any question tak before we do a demo? I have to speak in English kan? This is an international audience. Sorry. Prof Fazil, lama tak jumpa. Alright. Okay. If there's no ni, boleh tak I'll do a demo. Alright. I'll do a demo.
Okay. Yes, Prof.
Apa dia? Sorry.
Yes. We can do demo now.
Okay. Demo. Alright. Okay. Alright. So I'll share screen kejap. Share screen. Okay. Alright. You can see the lens. Lens.org. Okay. This is the screen yang when you log in. Okay. In this case, I have logged in. Belum lagi. Okay. Sekejap. Sorry. Login with my ORCID. Proceed. A minute. Okay. Sign is as Muhammad Shahir Shamsir. So here is the lens profile. Actually, this is very good. I just take a few minutes to recommend lens because you can have your account, your profile, your work area, subscription. So for example, if I open my profile kat sini, you can actually use it to as if becoming your personal publication punya, I would say ni lah page lah, because dia link to your ORCID kat sini. Dia akan do all the analisa yang ada. So loading my profile, so you ada the university and you can actually ni lah. So I'll do lens juga sementara dia load. So while it is loading, be patient lah because this is a free software. So you can see here my profile nampak. You can see scholar ratio, index, scholar citation. You can see the graph, number publication. You can actually look at your paper, siapa co-author, and then you can actually analyze this. Okay, for example, here I'll click this new tab. So these are all my publication yang tadi tu. I have about berapa ni? 119. So this is the page. Okay, here actually Prof Hafiz, semua yang hadir, you can actually analyze your stuff. Analyze your stuff. For example, you can put their details. I can do Prof Hafiz punya profile, and then click the analysis kat sini. Okay, on the right side ni, they can do a lot of analysis. You can add new chart, new dashboard. So, for example, for my profile, I can know what is my top collaborator kat sini, UTHM, UPM, Copenhagen. When do I publish? What is the word cloud in terms of my area of research? So I do a lot of biochemistry and I work a lot with E. coli. And then you can see our top collaborator in my bidang kat sini. Where do I publish a lot? Who's my biggest collaborator? And then country that I publish, my most frequent publisher that I go. So I go to penerbit UTM, Taylor Francis and Elsevier. And the top journal that I publish, JMB, Biotech, Pharmaceutical Biology. So you can really do a lot. You can add new chart. Nak tengok apa? Country open access citation. Okay, let's say scholarly work. Nak tengok work over pattern, more cited work over ni. You can do the analysis. You can see okay which paper yang ada banyak. Okay, this paper has the highest citation in 2013, 12. So you can really map your publication. A lot of free tools lah. Macam mana Prof Fazil? Menarik tak? Menarik So, okay, for example here, my 3 collaborators from IIM is these 3. So I can literally like click these 3 and I know which paper that I collaborate. List. So these are the 3 papers lah. Yang ada UIA. Tengku Hazi Amin. Kan, so I know. So let's say I want to do ni kan, I'll just click this paper. So okay, here's the detail for Tengku. So what I can do is, if I want to look for Tengku, I can then filter current search by author. So this is Tengku punya profile lah. Tapi I think this is the nama dia ni. Nama dia tak update. Dia ada banyak nama kan. Tengku Hazi Amin. But then kalau author ID, record, filter, explore, more search, author ID. Tak ada. Dia tak record dia punya ID. Alright. So we can do that lah. Azmi Azhar ni, Azmi Azhar UI Azmi Azhar is your staff UI kan? Betul lah. 38 paper ni mesti UI ni. And so you can actually use this to do the profiling, and then I know lah Azmi Azhar punya profile analysis. So this is his analysis, works over time. Dia banyak buat chemistry, stereochemistry lah. Dia banyak paper on di halogenes. And then UIA, the authorship, collaborator dia banyak dekat Turki, you can see. 5. US ada 1, Australia ada 1. Yep. So don't limit yourself for the pattern search sajalah. When you use land. So okay, done. Okay, done promote. Okay, alright. So let's do ni lah. Anybody nak volunteer? Siapa-siapa? We'll try a pattern search for your proposal. Jangan risau, kita main-main je. Ni tidak menentukan your upcoming FRGS. Kita nak demo je. Anybody wants to volunteer keyword? Tak ada, semua tak berani. Janganlah macam tu.
So anyone
siapa tu?
Saya lah Prof, saya Syazwani.
Okey, jom kita try lah untuk you punya, tak apa kita buat nanti masa FRGS buka bulan Mac nanti dah senang, you dah tahu macam mana nak buat.
Do I need to be specific or in general?
Macam ni je. Imagine that I'm you. I mean, I'm just typing in. You cakap je. I typing in, then kita explore. It is an adventure. Okay.
Maybe I would say like polymer hydrogel.
Okay, polymer hydrogel. Okay, so you want to start at the most basic lah. Let's say kita jangan buat polymer, kita just hydrogel dulu, right? You're gonna do hydrogel, kan?
Okay.
So we'll search hydrogel. Okay, so this is the result. Okay, nampak tu polymer hydrogel. So yang nampak ni 310,000, nampak yang saya ni 310,728 hydrogel. So you can see, nampak ni. Can you see the graph?
Yes.
So this is the upward trend tadi lah. So is it an upward trend? So you kata yes. It is an upward trend, nampak. So I mean hydrogel starting from bila ni? You can actually zoom this, highlight selection to filter by date lah. So actually you can, nampak ni, saya gerakkan mouse, you literally boleh click and drag benda ni. Dan then you click filter. And then you can see, nampak the graph dia naik. Zero down kan, from 1985. So it shows that this upward trend lah. So when you search using even hydrogel pun, it is a upward trend. So dah menjawab soalan tadi. Jawapan dia, is it upward trend? Yes. Is it upward trend? No. Dah, settle lah tu. Okay, so then from there kita nak jawab soalan. So what kind of hydrogel you nak buat sekarang ni? Hydrogel particle kan, ni nak buat apa? Kat sini scroll down, nampak on the left ni, hydrogel particle, lot of things on particle. Okay, laminate, ni semua laminate. Okay, so you nak buat apa dengan hydrogel ni?
So this time I have to be specific lah, Prof.
You dah mula start kena understand lah. So mana tadi soalan tadi? Okey, kita pergi balik. So, soalan nombor 1, soalan nombor 2 dah settle lah. Ya, saya stop kejap supaya saya share screen je senang. Ya, sorry. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, share. Okay, so you see. So ni nampak soalan dia 1 settle. 2 settle lah. So you punya bukan social science. You punya the next question is, okay, does the list of previous patent applicant include person interested in the research output lah? Okay, so we go back to the lens. Okay, so this is the analysis. You can see there, I click analysis on the right side. Okay, we don't want this. File granted tak nak. We want the top applicant kat sini. So you can see that. Okay, let's do banyak sikit. Show 10 result. Let's show 100 result lah senang. Okay, this is 100 result. So Procter and Gamble. Okay, let's instead of tukar ni, let's baca. Nah. Okay, senang nampak. So dekat sini ada tak you punya potential collaborator? Gentech, Procter Gamble, Monsanto, Kimberly Clark ada?
Alamak, I'm not sure lah, Prof.
Ada tak?
But then probably adalah kot.
Okay, let's say ini panjang ni, ada Bosch and Long, kan? Ni semua buat hydrogel kan?
Optical, betul, that one.
Kan,
optical.
3M. Ke ada sini yang universiti yang nak collaborate? Ada? Tak ada? Columbia? Tak ada? Merck?
Not yet lah, not yet.
Okay, tapi
so
ada
this
tak?
one research global lah, Prof. Research in global, not
Ya, betul.
being specific. Okay.
Betul. Okay, let's say you pilih satu. Johnson & Johnson? Ke you nak Pfizer? Ke you get Sinovac?
Maybe we can pick Pfizer.
Okay, ada Pfizer ni? Mana? Ni.
Pfizer, yeah.
Okay, so nampak sini, when I mouse over, dia akan keluar, nampak number patent, document count semua. So it's actually very very interactive lens ni. Okay, you want Pfizer so I click Pfizer Bila I click Pfizer, dia akan narrow down to Pfizer saja. These are the Pfizer pattern, and then we click the list. Okay, so dalam 1,500 ni, 1,600 ni, you nak collaborate macam mana? Dia ni pattern for dispensing device, sustain release preparation ke? You nak buat sustain release ke? Ke dispensing device? You nak buat apa dengan hydrogel ni?
Maybe as light absorber.
Light
Light
absorber?
light absorption lah, meaning the hydrogen can have this property to absorb light, and then there will be a reaction lah happen, something like that, Prof.
Okay.
In general.
Okay, then kalau macam tu, then I need to edit the search. Edit the search kat sini. Edit the search because you nak all fill hydrogel. Lepas tu you nak tambah sini nampak plus. So you nak buat apa? Light. Sorry sekejap. Oh, sorry. Sekejap. Dia delay. Okay, light. Kan? Absorb. Absorb ke absorb? Absorb.
Absorb. Betul lah tu. Yes.
Light absorption Okay, so you nak lihat these two keywords lah.
Okay.
Betul. Memang you research nak buat ni
Ni for example lah, example.
Yalah, example lah. Maksudnya betul. Sorry. I mean is keyword dia betul lah ni
Betul.
Okay, alright. So I search lah. So I search balik and then you literally ada 537. Okay, 537. Daripada tadi 300,000 tu dah 537 during the date. Tapi now we don't want to do Pfizer. We can remove it. Kat sini dia boleh remove all the dash ni, kita boleh remove lah kalau kita nak. Okay, ni now I click remove ni, clear applicant exact name ni, dia keluar. So kat sini saja nampak dah 86,000.
Banyak.
So even Pfizer themselves buat light absorption hydrogel pun ada lebih kurang 300 lah. Kan? So tak apa. So nampak tak? Bila you start guna lens, you aware siapa buat apa, Pfizer buat apa. So kalau macam ni, let's go back to the ni lah. Let's go back daripada asal tadi, hydrogel light absorption, siapa yang buat? Tadi instead of 300, now tinggal 86,000. And then you can see the trend is still going up. So when you apply for FRGS, you kata yes, it is still okay. I mean, there are a lot of people interested. You tak nak graph ni going down. So okay, macam ni. Now you see that it is for color blindness. Okay, is for apa ni? Acid substitute polyalanine grafted for copolymer. It's a composition. So dia banyak ophthalmic lenses. Ophthalmic. So
Assalamualaikum Prof Shahir.
Ya, siapa dia?
Prof Hazlin ni.
Ya, boleh.
Prof, like this hydrogel, it's shown upward trend kan? We can see that there will be a downward trend also, yeah. Kalau ada example lah.
Especially for old technology, contoh let's say film ke, benda-benda yang dah outdated tau, benda-benda yang sunset lah.
Oh, memang ada lah Prof.
Ya, ada. I've done this banyak-banyak kali lah. Saya dah buat tutorial UTHM, saya buat merata. Jarang jumpa. To be honest, our researchers are good in thinking of new things and all the trends. I would say 99% positif. Tapi from the training, akan ada seorang yang bila dia guna keyword dia, nampak dia punya graph jatuh. That's why ramai tak nak volunteer. Dia takut. So, in this case, it's okay. So, don't worry about it. Kalau dia jatuh, then we need to ask ourselves, kenapa jatuh? Kan? What's wrong? So, the tool is not meant to punish. It's not punitive. It's about exploring the future. Because orang ni semua, bila dia file pattern ni, because they want to protect the idea to commercialize. So, don't worry. So, okay ni, you boleh lap peluh tu. Jangan risau, dia upward trend. Okay, alright. So, we'll go back to apa ni? So you nak buat light absorption tak ada, so we go back to analysis lah. Then this is the sama juga macam tadi, the collaborator kat sini, tu nampak dah. So ada Procter & Gamble, still ada Pfizer di 500. Kan? So you want to also know, kita tengok bawah. Okay, this is the top CRC. Tahun 2020 ada soalan ni, tapi tahun 2021 dah tak ada. Because we want to know macam ni, katalah kita klik ni kan, kita akan tahu actually bila sebut about light absorption, hydrogel, apa pattern classification yang dia buat. Contoh in this case, kalau saya klik yang 18,000 ni, dia macam a heat map lah. A heat map, you can actually click and dia keluar, tu nampak? Oh, so it is for chemical compound, medicinal preparation, anti-neoplastic agent. Ini siapa ni? Ini mesti orang-orang
medical kot.
Kan? So you can see that here is for anti-neoplastic agent. So majority of the pattern when you use the keyword for light absorption, dia for this lah, for this function. So you boleh explore lah. So dia banyak macam ni kan, veterinary services, hygiene. So then you know, kalau if you going into the industry that cakap pasal light absorption, okay, dia applicable dekat ni lah, dekat this anti-neoplastic. So for example, let's do a second one sini. Macam ni dia kata specific compound, drug, AP. Ni kena tengok ni drug apa. Kalau klik ni dia akan keluar lah anak-anak dia. Tapi you can literally use this to guide. Okay, aku siapa lagi yang buat bidang ni, aku nak apply kat mana. So you dah nampak dah. Okay, then you can see sini top inventor yang ada berkenaan ni adalah Wisheng Tony, Fritz Jens, Shu Oliver. Then dia kata, kenapa dia ni sampai 800 dokumen berkaitan hydrogel? Orang-orang ni tak ada tak dalam you punya literature review?
Tak ada.
Tak ada kan? Bila sebut hydrogel,
tak
nama
ada.
ni tak keluar kan dalam literature review you?
First time dengar.
Okay, because why? Because they present the industry punya side yang relate dengan hydrogel. They don't write paper, dia tak pergi conference, dia tak ada paper Q1, Q2, but they hold the pattern in relation to your keyword. So now you know a group of people yang memang ada interest dalam ni, and then where they are. Okay, sometimes they help guide you, kata, okay, ni kalau then the industry that I need to go in actually this industry or that industry. Okay, let's say kita pergi sini, we go down to, we click this name. You can actually know dia inilah ada 800 record and keluar. Ni memang petang Jumaat memang slow lah kan. Semua slow, internet slow. Oi, dia betul-betul lah Prof Fazil, kalau nak buat training ni, saya buat dekat ni 3 hari tu. Memang detail. Okay, dia ni adalah bioteknologi nampak tu. Dia top applicant. Dia bekerja dengan Imatics Bioteknologi Jerman. So it's a German company. So tak pernah dengar company ni kan?
Tak pernah.
Itulah. So dia pegang banyak, and then this is dia punya
I think Prof Shahir punya networking is not stable probably. Okay, we have to wait for Prof Shahir to join us.
okay, sorry putus. Dengar tak?
Yes, Prof. I think because just now your voice is breaking, so I think the participant and me, we cannot hear to your voice just now, your explanation. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Saya repeat. Can I repeat ni tadi tu? Okay. Okay, alright. Saya sambung. Saya share screen. Saya sambung. Share screen. Okay. You can see the screen,
Yes.
Okay, so here you can actually see, for example, out of the hydrogel light absorption, Tony ni, so it's a German company. Okay, you can click the list, and the list will open the pattern lah, the pattern record. So it is a peptide targeted for immunotherapy against gallbladder cancer. Kan. So you can actually, kalau nak tengok quickly, you can go back to analysis tadi, and then you scroll down to the word cloud. Word cloud. Ada tak word cloud? Yep, sorry. Add new chart. I need tak payah on the pattern. Tak ada pattern, tak ada word cloud. Okay, what can I do? Classification. Okay, IPC word cloud lah. Nak OCPC. Jadi ada word cloud. Alamak, dia tak keluar detail, dia keluar nombor je. Okay, tak apa. Don't worry, kalau tak nak delete, remove panel. Okay, just play around. Tapi I was trying to find that apa dia punya focus area, tapi apparently dia tak ada word cloud untuk the pattern. Dia ada word cloud for paper je. So you can see here, you scroll down, dia adalah peptide, novel peptide. So it's about gallbladder cancer, nampak? Gallbladder cancer, immunotherapy. So you bukan buat gallbladder cancer
Bukan Prof.
Cancer treatment bukan. Okay, so therefore this is not your collaborator lah. Okay, so you will have it lah. Let's go back to the search result. We remove interactive dia. You klik tambah klik. No issue kat situ. Okay, so here, okay, let's say our trend aktif ada, pending ada banyak ni, 35,000 aktif. So composition. So kita jawab lah. Ada partner tak tadi? We go back to the question. What was the partner that you have? So ada collaborator tak sini? Yang tadi tu. Which one? You nak tengok tadi Pfizer
Pfizer.
Okay, so then we click Pfizer.
If let's say we pick University of Columbia, Prof, can we choose that one? Just want
Boleh?
to see University of Columbia. Columbia is now.
Boleh. Slow sikit. Okay, while we're waiting, Syazwani, Dr. Syazwani, can you share your screen tak? Sebab saya kat Johor ni hari Jumaat ni memang slow internet, saya tak tahu kenapa. So why don't you do it, you open lens and then you buat and then everybody nampak. I think your internet laju kot. Sebab saya pakai handphone.
Okay, but I'm not really familiar with lens. Just
apa.
basic lah,
Tak apa. Okay. It's okay. This is the adventure. Kan? Adventure petang Jumaat. Okay, I let Dr. Syazwani to open and we continue yang tadi. Kita tengok, tadi kita dah jumpa tadi kan? Kita tengok dia boleh buat tak?
Okay. So I need to share my screen. Sekejap. Share screen.
Anybody else, you have any question, anything, any problem that you want to ask while we wait for Dr. Syazwani to open her screen? Anything? You can ask any question?
Can you see my screen, Prof?
Yep, keluar, nice.
Okay. So this one,
Okay, macam
okay,
mana tadi kita dah buat tadi kan?
First I need to type the keywords.
Okay,
Okay. See hydrogel.
yep.
Okay. So I choose pattern here.
Betul.
So I click
Yep.
research.
So we back at that, you can see on the right kan, kat bawah tu 310,000 tu is an upward trend, betul lah? Okay, and then you want to tambah the keywords, so you go to the atas on the right side, edit search, nampak?
Right side.
Edit search tu, ada gambar
Okay.
magnifying glass. Bawah dia tu,
Edit
klik.
search.
Yeah, okay. Then you tambah, ada butang plus.
Okay.
On the right,
Butang.
plus,
Alright.
yes. And then bawah tu you type apa dia? Light apa tadi? Absorption.
Light absorption. If I choose another keyword also can.
Yeah, boleh, no problem. Click
For
another one.
example, I put here like composite lah. Yeah. Can.
Okay, boleh composite. Actually, okay, you tengok situ yang all fields tu.
All
Okay, so
fields.
the triangle tu, the arrow up and down tu, you actually dekat all fields tu, you boleh klik tu. Nampak? Dia keluar macam-macam. You want to search a particular title, language, you want jurisdiction, you want to search for example a specific country, Malaysia, you can macam-macam. It has kan everything necessary lah. Owner address, owner country, pattern. We can go very detail. Actually, this lens document, lens software database, is actually being used by professional pattern agent. Dia orang pun guna juga. Cuma we don't use it as in depth as dia orang lah. Okay, so done composite dah.
Okay, ada. Okay.
Biarkan, and then you search.
Search.
So 23,000. So it's a composite. So from there, you can actually see nampak tu the pattern, preparation method, graphene, ferroflexic oxide composite, wet absorbing hydrogel having three-dimensional structure.
Three-dimensional structure.
Okay, you familiar with this work?
Yeah, some of the work I think I quite familiar.
Okay, so it means that you are dah dekat lah, betul fokus. Lepas tu kat sini bawah you can scroll down, you nampak lah kat situ. Floatable, ferro, sulfur lignin hydrogel kan. You actually your hydrogel you boleh tambah kalau contohnya ada apa-apa material lain lah kan. Tobacco seed, tobacco stem, tapi nampak on the right side tu is still increasing.
Okay.
So kalau to be honest, dalam banyak-banyak saya buat training ni daripada awal tahun, saya pernah downward trend dalam 4 orang je kot. So you really like masa tu sugul lah kejap lah kan, berkabung lah kejap. So but it's okay, don't worry. So nampak jangan risau sangat lah, unless you teruk-teruk sangat lah, everything should be upward trend. Okay, then you go to the right, tengok atas, scroll ke atas, you can see the analysis tu bawah sikit.
Okay, analysis. Okay.
And then you can actually play around lah kat sini.
Okay.
So scroll bawah, you can actually look at the mana tadi? University ada bawah.
This one.
Top owners, top applicant.
Top applicant, PNG.
Okay, tengok dia ada
Mighty.
applicant. Dia owners dengan applicant tak sama.
Oh, okay.
Owners is owner IP, applicant ni dia baru nak mohon. Tapi kita tengok situ lah, Emetics, Biotech, banyak Emetics, Biotech, Kimberly Clark. Kan. So siapa yang top? Okay, let's open a new tab. Nampak tu tab atas tu.
Tab new tab
atas,
dekat atas.
Bukan dekat atas sekali. The for Chrome.
Chrome, okay, here.
Yang ada plus tu, open new tab, buka another lens. Buka another lens. I'll show you satu very different trend Okay. Okay, dekat start your search tu, tapi instead of pattern, you click scholarly work.
Okay.
Okay, you guna the same method.
Okay.
Result dia tak sama langsung. Kita tengok
hydrogels.
Hydrogel.
Search.
Okay, 125. Kan. significantly down. Okay, then you tengok on the right side tu. Okay. Tak apa, bawah tu, scroll bawah sikit, nampak? Even dia menaik juga, tapi the different player already. Chinese Academy, Sichuan University, nampak?
And then the title also different, Prof. Dia more like macam compared to pattern kan?
Dia macam grant lah. Dia macam lebih kepada research grant, nak tulis paper.
Journal.
Okay, alright. Let's guna the same keyword juga. Just to make sure that we have the right ni lah. Yang edit search tu, you masukkan juga tadi. Sama macam tadi. Edit search. Okay, edit search. So, I'm going to have 3. This one. Fazil, lepas ni TOT dah selesai. Dr. Syazwani je lah ajar UIA ni.
No lah, Prof.
Tua gigil le.
And this one composite.
Yes, composite. Alright.
Composite, message.
Okay, immediately 1009 je. Okay, then you go analysis. Dia tengok bawah.
Analysis.
Go back. Kita tengok juga. What scholarly work. Tengok bawah. Okay, tengok. Dia punya institution name tak ada. Tak ada pun yang tadi tu.
This one.
It's totally different kan? It's not the same player. So it shows that bila kita nak move forward dalam research, in terms of commercialization, dia ada different player, different landscape. Kalau research, different landscape. Landscape ni more on macam archive, looking backwards, siapa pernah buat apa. Tapi dengan patent search, is totally player yang, okay, siapa nak buat duit. So it's different game already. So at least, bila KPT introduce penggunaan lens ni, researcher bila dia buat dua-dua, because they already done the literature review. But looking forward ni, at least now they know, oh, rupanya ada company, mana tadi tab kita tengok sebelah.
Sebelah this one.
Okay, tengok bawah.
Okay, bawah.
Kan? Okay, tengok. Ada ni Ematic, Procter & Gamble, kan, Kimberly Clark. You tak terfikir dia orang ni ada patent pasal hydrogel yang light absorption punya composite kan? Okay, so that is the awareness yang Kementerian expect. And then tengok, Harvard tu. Padahal tadi Harvard tak ada pun.
Kat sini Harvard ada.
Ada, tapi dia tak top lah kan. So you can actually look at contoh for the Harvard tu yang 20 tu, you klik 20 tu, nampak logo Harvard ada 20 tu, you klik. Automatic dia akan tunjuk all the 20 papers. Kita tengok. Is it something of your interest tak? Klik list. List. Klik list. Dia akan keluar list, sorry. So tengok.
Oh, okay, this one photonic hydrogel sensor. Okay.
Berkaitan lah so you nampak
ada yang saya yalah.
Dia bawah tengok okay, let's say yang tadi tu lens pattern search hydrogel yang sebelah, tab sebelah.
Okay.
Okay, this you klik you klik bawah juga, sorry. Bawah. Juga. Sorry, terlajak. You klik juga Harvard tadi ada 279 tu.
9. Yang top applicants ni, Prof. This one
Okay. Yang tu, yes. Okay, then klik balik list.
List.
So you can see that, okay, apa yang Harvard patent kan?
Composite ink formulation. This one. 4D printing.
4D printing, apa lagi bawah? Nampak? Semua 4D printing. Lain.
Shape films.
Dia publish research lain, dia patent lain. So then Harvard can be your collaborator. Tak tahu lagi. Kena baca lah. That's why you kena baca. Benda ni, to do this patent search, it's not lepas main Jumaat buat maghrib siap. It's a process di mana you learn about your area, you explore, you know, and then soalan yang tadi tu, you can actually apa dia panggil? Jawablah soalan nombor 5 tadi kan. Is there any collaborator? Let's say you kata Harvard, yes. And then you explain lah kat remark. Yes, because my hydrogel can be used for apa-apa dengan Harvard, for example. So does the previous patent included competitor? No. Or maybe yes, but the competitor is focusing on 4D printing, mine on light absorption.
Okay.
So number 7, does the patent search yield would prevent the commercialization of research? No, it won't prevent because mine is unique because whatever lah. So to answer this question, you really have to go into and tengok orang buat apa. and who's doing what. So nampak how we use it?
Yes, Prof. It's clear lah.
Okay. So I nominate you as the trainer for UIA.
Still a lot to learn, Prof.
Tak apa, it's okay.
Tapi yang for this one, Prof, kalau lah for this one is for journal, right?
This is
journal
for
article. This one journal.
Journal article, journal article. Okay, the journal. Okay, macam ni tengok go to the right, tengok sikit.
Right.
Okay, tengok tadi nama. Are you familiar with Hyderabad? Bawah tu, under the name. Lagi bawah.
Bawah.
Lagi.
Heidi, prominent. No, not familiar.
Not familiar kan, Hyderabad. So that maybe somebody you can collaborate lah. We don't know. Okay, let's go back tadi atas, scroll. For the scholar research. Okay, you delete yang Harvard tu, filter tu, institution name, Harvard ada tanda negatif tu kat atas. Kat atas. Filter,
this one.
Result.
Okay.
Filter tu ada tanda no entry tu dekat sebelah Harvard University kat atas. No. Kiri.
Kiri. Okay, this one. Okay.
Itu just clear je, klik. Okay.
Klik.
Okay. So you ada all this, and then you ada the list. Okay, you go to the analysis.
Analysis. Okay, here.
Alright, there is a question on the chat, and I will answer. So the sementara. Okay, scroll down. Okay, lagi. Okay. You tengok situ most active authors on the left tu, nampak tak? Antonio, Vicente. So anybody familiar with?
I'm not familiar. I'm not sure if somebody familiar.
Any name yang you tengok tu macam you pernah jumpa. You kan buat bidang ni kan. Any tak? Dalam you punya literature review mesti ada. You come across paper, you cite and what not. Any familiar names? No.
No.
Okay, so then that begs the question. These are people who are on the patent database or on the Scholar database, tapi you are not aware apa dia buat. So it opens up opportunity for you then to click atas tu, yang purple bar. Klik.
Okay.
Then tengoklah. Okay, for Antonio Vicente ni dia buat apa ni? Hydrogel, light absorption, composite. Okay, go to the list. So dia ada 13 paper. Dia buat apa? Natural polysaccharide,
polycarbohydrate,
food protein based structure, food application, nano enzyme, oral delivery, lagi. So not somebody you can work with lah. Okay, tak apa. So now you know. Macam tu. That is the exploration using the database lah. Okay, to answer your question tadi, I saw a chat question by Fairul Lazi Ayub. The legal status interpretation led discontinued, pending, inactive. Okay, when we click each patent, they will show the status lah. Whether it has been granted ke, file ke, all the information from the patent. For example, USPTO office, patent office tu ada the designated status. So it's there lah. You can download and you can actually filter according to the status pun. Alright. So even here you can see you go back to the lens patent search tadi. Okay, alright. You can, when you click one patent, mana-mana lah. You tengok mana. Which one you want to have a look yang menarik.
Maybe this one, top gel
click the title. Okay, click the title. So yang nampak situ the legal status is pending. Okay, nampak legal status is pending. So jurisdiction dia, family, patent applicant. So kat sini all the information lah, the abstract, you can see the claims. So if you want to look at a document, you can actually even download the PDF original patent document on the right, nampak tu? The classification ada, so it's there. It has all the senang cerita the key information lah, Dr. Fairul Lazi. Okay, can we go back one page? Go back je. Okay, back je. Okay, so to answer your question tadi, okay, we have this result kan, composite. Okay, you klik yang butang filter tu, dekat kolom, leftmost column ada butang filter. Ada gambar filter.
Okay. Filter here.
Ada logo atas dia. Ada gambar filter. Yes.
Okay, filter.
Nampak. So you jawab sini, you are non-commercial student. Okay, select dulu. Okay, di bawah. Okay.
Confirms.
Okay, here you can actually go down. You can tengok all the different type lah, the country ke apa kan. So you untuk for Malaysia and whatnot, you go up, go up. There's a jurisdiction, nampak? Jurisdiction, click the arrow. Okay, the jurisdiction load more. So you can tak ada lah. So here you can see tak ada for designate for Malaysia, tapi you can actually look at the 66 tu, click 66. Select tu.
Select okay, select all. This one. Yang mana Prof? Oh ni, this one 66 ni. My Pro.
Bukan. WO WIPO.
Here.
Select the tick.
Okay.
Okay, then refine. Okay, lepas tu kita tengok situ flags. Flags. Atas jurisdiction tu ada, nampak tu? Jurisdiction ada flags.
Flags, okay. Click here.
Okay, ada tak the country? Tak ada. Tak ada. Okay, tutup. Dia dah update lah. Dulu dia ada country. Applicant, inventors, owners. Oh, sorry lah, dia orang change. Saya pun tak familiar. Dia dah tukar the drop down menu. Dulu kita boleh select country. Kita tengok query tools.
Okay, here. Okay.
What do you have? Query tools. Okay, tak apa. Actually, it's supposed to keluar by country, tapi dia remove I think the function. Okay, then actually we need to I need to find out macam mana nak cari country. Okay, tak apa, it's okay. They have updated the database. Saya pun tak sedar because FRGS dah tutup, kita pun tak perasan. But actually in the list tu we can okay, cuba tengok filter search boleh tak? Edit search. Yang atas tu, edit search. Atas. Edit search tu, okay. Add a new field. Okay, bawah dia all field tu ada country dah.
Okay.
Kita tengok. Sekejap. Ya, ada country tak? Even saya pun tu inventor
country. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay, masuk situ, type situ Malaysia.
Sini Malaysia.
Ya, Malaysia. Okay, so search. Slow, tak apa.
Slow,
tapi it should be no lah kot. Should be no.
Okay, no.
So there's no country lah. Malaysia. So we can do it the same for Singapore and also Thailand, Indonesia lah. So that should answer soalan nombor 8. Kan? Soalan nombor 8.
So Prof, we have to put this one by one lah. If let's say we want to see Singapore, so we add one more field.
Cuba remove Malaysia, letak Singapore. They change the search function. The last version yang I tried in July, on the left column tu actually you can scroll dengan country. So tak ada lah. So there's no Singapore, no Thailand, no. So the answer for number 8 is none lah. None, tak ada. So no. So that's your answer lah. Kan? Okay, so okay, tak ada apa lagi. I mean, you can dah boleh jawab lah. Dah boleh jawab the soalan sampai nombor 8. Any question from the audience? So maybe kita remove tu dulu, Dr. Syazwani, remove the Singapore.
Okay, remove
Oh, I think
Singapore.
juga ada Harvard College tu. Yeah, go back. Sorry. Close yang tu.
Ini close.
Okay, ada Harvard
here.
College tu. No wonder tak jumpa. Filter pun, wiper pun kita buang je. Okay, ni lebih tepat lah. Memang tak ada pun. Dan tapi
Okay, no.
okay lah. Saya takut sebab ada Harvard dengan Singapore tadi. So let's say remove Singapore tu.
Oh, okay.
Dash. Edit search yang ada. Okay.
Dia keluar. Remove semua pula, Prof. Sekejap.
Tak apa. Okay, ni. Itu edit search tu. Edit search.
And then
ada dash. Dash. Remove. Yep. And then search. Okay, so you can actually play around and have a look. Again, this is not, to be honest lah, this is not apa dia panggil the professional way of doing things lah. Kan kalau tengok situ, out of situ apa tu ada China ada 2
ada Korea.
So betul lah, the flag akan keluar, cuma tak ada. Korea ada 1. So remember, this is not the professional way of doing things. Okay, you have a process with the patent agent that they're gonna do it properly according to their punya professional training. This is just for KPT to introduce so that you are aware that lens is available, and also lens will help you understand the landscape beyond kita punya conventional literature review. Kan? So itu saja the main aim kat sini. It's not, tolong jangan pergi dekat ICC and you punya RMIC apa dekat UIA, RIC and then cakap saya dah buat patent search, kena file saya punya patent. No. Okay, we hope that this will improve kita punya future horizon lah, kan, horizon, because a lot of academics when they do literature review, they kind of like look backwards because dia tengok literature within dia punya scope, tapi they are not into the new commercial domain. Lepas tu over the horizon future ni kadang dia tak nampak. We predict that, contohnya katalah people patent a lot of pasal battery kan, EV, electric vehicle battery. So we know that benda ni tengah hot ni sekarang ni because a lot of patent going up. Dan alright, any other questions from the ni, because we are nearing the end, 4:30 dah. I think all of you nak gerak balik before jalan jam kan. Kita dah sampai rumah dah.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Ya, waalaikumsalam. Ya.
I'm Dr. Tahrawi from the Kulliyah of Education.
Yes, nice to know you, Dr. Tahrawi.
Thank you, Prof. My question is, to what extent this lens is relevant to social sciences, education in particular?
Okay, like I said before, the purpose is for the Ministry of Malaysia, okay, to introduce the awareness of the intellectual property landscape. So when you talk about education, yes, there is no patent on education, there is no copyright, per se. But what will happen is, let's say we use the lens to look at potential application of your knowledge. So that's the keyword sebenarnya. That's the real keyword. So for example, let's say you are doing on pedagogy, on for example early childhood. So you want to know, okay, what kind of early childhood theories, for example, let's say you want to study early childhood for I don't know. Can you suggest an idea? We can probably, Dr. Syazwani can try. So let's say you want to early childhood on digital device, effectiveness of early childhood education using digital device. So when you
want
look at
me
the question,
to add in the keywords?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's create one and explore. Okay, so we can remove all and use the keyword early childhood lah, early childhood. Okay, early childhood. Search. So there is 55,000 patent related to early childhood. So okay, you can see that this is serum, plasma, mRNA marker, user there, or early childhood education machine there. Early childhood education machine with storage device. So you know there is a patent for early childhood machine, early childhood education card. So let's say you want to study on early childhood and you want to study on the utilization of mobile app, for example, mobile devices. So you can actually add the keyword. Can you add keyword? Edit search. You can new keyword mobile. Mobile. Okay. Then we search. $8,000 narrow down. So you can see there, mobile terminal, early childhood education system, method based on mirror reflection, image recognition. You scroll down. Voice activated mobile early childhood education robot. So from there, yes, you are not going to create the robot. You are not going to create the system, but you are creating the content. You are creating the idea so that all the tech and all the engineers will then adopt. So that's why if you look at question number 3 and 4 in the ministry questionnaire, will your output be used by these patent owners? Right.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's the idea. And you can see there, the mobile device on the right, the graph is going up, correct? So it's good. It's okay. You're like, okay, the ministry will not reject your application. Right? Okay. So for example, here at the bottom, apparatus and method for inputting and reading child information using smartphone. So moving forward, okay, I'm going to study this. Who's going to use and how are they going to use my information for them to create the tool, to create the application? So it gives you a forward-looking perspective. That's the aim, Dr. Tarawi.
So it is a kind of marriage between the original, that's the patents which are oriented towards science and so on, and the applications of those patents in social sciences.
Yes. So it is the walima of both worlds.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Very good question. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, I think, I mean, to be honest, if I were to really sit down and train, usually we'll do it on a more smaller group according to the team, because then we can have a more effective session. Usually online is just opener, tester, Dr. Fadil. It's a small Milo cup that you get at Tesco, sample. But I've done this before, and to be effective, we need to really sit down because it has a very big implication. It will sometimes change the trajectory of your research. I've seen researchers who say, I want to publish, I want to do this. When they found out that, alamak, dah ada orang buat,
Prof,
you know, but I didn't find it in the...
Prof,
yeah.
Can you try another one example?
Whose example?
Mine. Hazlin, Prof, yang tadi.
Dah berani dah.
Tak, because I'm pelik tengok dia punya graph.
Yeah, why not? We have a few more minutes lagi, tak apa. It's okay.
When you start with 3D printing, filament, then biocomposite.
Okay, we do 3D printing and then plus another one, different keyword, biocomposite.
Filament?
Filament tak payah.
No,
It's too general of a word.
Okay.
So biocomposite, because the keyword here is composite biology and 3D printing. Okay, all right. So tengok trend dulu on the right side, naik turun. Naik lah tu, boleh lah, dia naik lah. Tapi dia macam, orang lain tadi you can see the graph is like kapal terbang take off.
That's why I'm
Asia. Ini macam yalah, macam firefly terbang tak tinggi. Okay, so
terbang tak tinggi tu mean that tak banyak.
Yes, tak banyak. Okay, tak banyak could be two things. Tak banyak could be benda ni really so cutting edge. sampai orang tak boleh nak file lagi apa-apa. Because remember, if you want to file, you have to be clear in terms of what you want to protect kan. Tapi maybe the research is still very early. Okay. It could also be the keyword yang salah. People don't use biocomposite. They don't use that particular keyword when filing a patent. Kan, they could be using a different keyword kan. So we don't know. We have to explore. So kita tengok sini. Apa combination photopolymeric resin ni ke you buat?
Pada 3D printer, Prof.
Yelah betul, it's a 3D printer tapi apa? Material, biocomposite.
Material, filament tu lah, Prof.
Yelah betul, semua orang pakai filament. If you use the keyword filament, dia akan banyak. So you guna apa? Biocomposite you guna macam ni ke? Melanin base?
Bukan. Satu yang method is because 3D printer pun dia ada banyak method. So method dia fuse deposition modeling.
Okay, boleh, then we can put there.
So
apa material bio dia yang dia use?
Polylactic acid.
Okay, then jangan guna biocomposite. Polylactic acid. Ataupun macam ni je. Jangan tulis polylactic, lactic acid je. Because you want to be the keyword tu macam agak umum. Because kita tak tahu, kita baru nak explore what are the words yang industri pakai. The words industri pakai tak sama dengan words yang ni. Okay, then 3D printing, lactic acid. Okay.
Kalau lactic acid, it is
a
liquid, Prof.
Yelah, betul lah, tak apa lah. Tak, it's a keyword, remember.
Okay.
Tu 3D printing raw material for orthopedics tu. Betul lah, ini 3D printing, lactic acid.
Boleh, boleh.
Nampak graf kau baru macam ada bersemangat sikit. Kan? Nampak tu? 3 layer score kan, structure, method. Nah, tu bawah lagi tengok. Now you see. So the use of keywords is important as well. Kan? Macam roundness 3D printing, lactic acid day off. Bawah lagi kita tengok. So you can actually narrow down and play around with certain keywords. Because
so keyword tu penting, Prof.
Betul. Ni easy to dye polylactic acid material for you pakai ni polylactic acid material for 3D printing.
Kan. Bukan kan.
Kan. Bawah then kena go through lah.
Okay. Alright.
Basically Prof, kita nak thousands lah. No.
Macam ni, you go down the first page and if the first page tu doesn't sound right, because at the end of the day, this algorithm dia based on the keywords, dia ada clustering. So the most related result, the most relevant result dia atas sekali. So if the first page doesn't make sense ataupun tidak kena, so then we need to find out okay what are the keywords.
We should supply several keywords ke, Prof?
The keyword that get the area. I mean, to be honest, kenapa patent agent mahal? Dia kena buat ni tau. Dia kena like go through all the database and then find the right set of documents lah to compare before the file patent kan. So that's why a lot of patent agents sebenarnya dia quite lah macam engineer jugalah, engineer ke professional ke, dia bukan kita boleh ambil budak-budak diploma gitu. So because they need to understand, that's why when you file a patent, the write up apa semua tu you kena complete lah. So nanti dia akan play around with the keywords. So here is it the right 3D printing macam dah betul lah.
Prof, kalau dia ada dua ni kenapa Prof? Yang atas dia ada 3D printing, lepas tu kat bawah ni dia ada lagi. So the same thing or macam mana? Yang ni yang kat dekat yang ni dia ada kan 2015 and then dia ada lagi kat bawah ni. The same thing.
Dia patent number sama. Kita tengok satu legal status pending, satu lagi.
Satu lagi yang atas ni active legal status.
Sama Warsaw Orthopedic Incorporated owner bawah.
Oh yang ni yang jap yang bawah yang
Warsaw Orthopedic tak? Okay, so I think dokumen dia ada duplicate tu.
Oh,
okay, tak apa. You boleh tengok yang show 10 results tu, you can actually bawah sekali. Scroll bawah, kat bawah page. Tu nampak tu ada show 10 result tu. You can actually change that to berapa lah nak tengok, nak scroll. Let's say you nak 50 ke 100 ke. So you really scroll down and you nampak lah whether is this the right keywords. Then we change, we edit, maybe kita remove, guna boolean search. Sebab tu nak file patent dia charge 16,000. Okay, but it actually have the analysis. For example, let's say let's go to the right. Tengok analysis tu.
Okay, atas here.
Atas tu. So from there analysis pun you can actually look at the pattern apa yang ada industri yang related tadi lah. For example, if you know that your patent is being conducted by certain university or certain companies, you can actually narrow down through that. Ataupun that's why ada certain people, top applicant, etc. So it's an art really. It's an art. I've done seorang pensyarah duduk betul-betul buat ajar. It will take about dia seorang saja at least half an hour 40 minutes lah untuk really find out and tune and then sampai dia puas hati. And then it's never about sangat about menjawab soalan tu, the FRGS tu, it's about the look of their face bila kita train and then dia tengok and then dia like, oh okay actually dah ada orang buat and then oh universiti ni pun buat, saya pun tak tahu, and oh tak sangka industri ni have a lot of pattern on this bidang. So the exploration of dia punya domain, area domain yang sebelum ni dia bergantung pada literature review yang student dia buat. Dia open up lah, dia open up. Itu je, that's the main. So you can see there, kan, all the, you tahu tak Procter & Gamble ada banyak patent? The company kan, Gilead. Oh, Fujifilm ada patent That's something.
Prof Shahir, if I may share lah.
Yeah, sure.
I think this patent search using lens ni can open up a lot of new information when doing this patent search, Prof, because sometimes 5 tahun dah already apply grant tak dapat juga. Perhaps there is something yang limited dalam application tu yang the panel already seen it all before, and for the panel nothing new.
Okay.
Inshallah, with this new knowledge, guna using lens ni can see the full, like you said just now, Prof, the full spectrum of the research. If you want to pursue on the fundamental, on the publication, this also can provide somewhat. Let's say like just now HOR from education was asking, even education also got pattern ya. Yeah, I mean that's why ministry tak pernah limit that PRGS, for example, only for geng-geng engineering saja. So thank you so much, Prof. Yes, memang sekejap, tapi I think what critical sangat-sangat is that how a lot of us have been applying. After applying, we thought that our proposal already complete, but proposal with the number of plus ribu 20,000 applicants too, we also have to be competitive, and to prepare a competitive proposal. Your knowledge yang you shared with us this afternoon, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof. InsyaAllah, Prof, kami improve.
Okay, thank you for your kind words, Dr. Prof Fazil. Itulah apa, I mean, kalau if I were to do an effective, let's do another session. Saya pun dah lama tak jalan UAE. Kita bolehlah nanti we do a session, because saya dimaklumkan FRGS akan dibuka macam tahun lepas, quite early, budget pun dah ada. So let's do something in January insyaAllah, and then we'll gather together lah your team, and kita bantu. So serahkan balik kepada ni lah, kepada moderator, and thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Professor Shahir, for very comprehensive workshop on lens.org. I think there is question asked about the recording. Okay, I think you can find the recording of this session on YouTube, RMC YouTube. Okay, let me stop share first. Okay, so thank you very much, Prof. Shahir. Inshallah, we'll see again, probably for another workshop about lens.org. And thank you very much for those who joining us today. So I think that's it for today's session. Let's end our session by reciting Surah Asr Tasbih Kifarah. Okay, have a good weekend, everyone, inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay,
Assalamu
thank
alaikum.
you, Prof.
Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.